Okay, that's Capitol Reef National Park. Not the mountains way off in the distance. You pass through those, you'll get to Escalante, Bryce Canyon, all that area towards southern Utah. You go way over there, way off in the distance. If you can see those snow-capped mountains, that's the LaSalle Mountains. Moab, Utah's below those. I believe those are the LaSalles. Nonetheless, I'm smack dab in the middle of Utah. It's this area right here in between that is Capitol Reef National Park. I'm up above them, and when I say above, this will help you kind of see. I'm way up here. In fact, the pando is close. Look up the pando, P-A-N-D-O. That's the largest living organism in the world. It's had a big network of trees. I'm near that. Using it as an excuse to open some Hot Wheels. I actually bought this on eBay. It's the latest mix of Hot Wheels ID. These boxes come weird. I'll try and pull this off for you. It's like there's no bottom to them. You just kind of cut it. Anyway, I'm going to throw that down because I want to show off what's here. This is 12 cars. There's no repeats in this particular mix, and it's the final mix of Hot Wheels ID. It's done. And I don't think we're seeing the chases this year, obviously. And I don't know how prevalent this mix is going to be. I think we'll be able to see it. I think hobby dealers are going to get it. But yeah, this is done, and I just wanted to make sure. So I ponied up a few dollars and bought this set because I want to have. I don't have all the ID cars, but I have a ton of them, and I think these are going to be massively collectible in the future. Like some other sets, like Speed Machines and other sets that were discontinued. So. We're going to see these castings in other forms later. In fact, we're already seeing that happen. But I definitely wanted to showcase these cars. And then I'll do a whole feature on ID here a little bit later. So I'm just going to pick these up. I'll put these on the turntable while we talk about them. But we're going to start with this. It is the Automobili Pininfarina Battista. I'm going to show you all of this stuff, and then we'll put it on the turntable somewhere else. Because this is kind of cool. But I don't think they'll survive much on the turntable here. Anyway, we got sets. This one is moving forward. This is a very, very cool casting in white. Like I said, I'm not going to open this up here, but we can describe them. This is kind of in a pearl white, and with the ID wheels. I have no idea if we're going to see these ID wheels again, and I have no idea if the ID game or app is going to continue. I hope it does, but these are on it. And maybe as we do this video, you can see me input those on. But that's the Automobili Pininfarina Battista, new casting. Quite a few, actually, in this one. Ford Bronco R, this one was done for premium and then converted into Hot Wheels ID. Same or similar deco to the one that we've seen on that debuted. In fact, it might be exactly the same as the one that debuted. Hot Wheels Hot Trucks is what this one is from. It's hard to, I can put them on the app. I just wanted to look at these, and I was in a really pretty area, so I thought I would do it. Next one. Some of these are more exciting than others. Mercedes-Benz Unimog 1300L. There's some real fans of this one, of this casting. This is a basic casting that's been converted to ID. I mean, look, we've already said the Bronco and the Pininfarina, now the Unimog. All of these were new to ID, and I think there were probably intentions that we would have seen these. We would have seen these, right, in future ID sets, maybe as chases because they're already basic models, but, who knows. But they're obviously sharing these castings now. They're not putting them to waste. That's the Unimog. Let's go over here to the Bull Whip. We'll just put this on the turntable really quickly. This is not a casting that I'm, I like to focus on the real things. So, but we'll give it its proper attention, at least for a minute. We'll put it on the turntable. Moving on, let's go to the Tesla Roadster, another one that we're seeing in basic, in premium, in the first mix of premium, right? An American Scene, is that what it was? And now we have it in ID. I assume it's the same casting. And this one is really clean, just in that kind of maroon red, in that, Spectre Flame color that we see sometimes with, not sometimes, all the time with Hot Wheels ID. So this one, I really like the clean versions. And we'll go through these. Like I said, I'll pull out all of these cars, and we'll kind of talk about what we like best with the ID, what we don't. Here's another clean one from the Fast and Furious set, Lamborghini Aventador. This one was done in black for premium. It was a disaster because it had really narrow rear wheels. We'll have to look and see this one. But a really clean black color on this one as I'm looking through the window here. Hot Wheels Screen Time is the set, but they're also putting the Fast and Furious. I think they did that with the Escort as well, did they not? I think they did. But I really like that one. Another one that we've seen in Premium and Basic and now in ID. You just think about, these could have been ID chases in the future, right? But obviously that's over. Freightliner Race Truck, I think this is brand new. This one has the new ID wheels. This one's in Zamac, which I always like when they do that. They've done this a couple times in Zamac, because they've done Zamac models in the Hot Wheels ID. So this one's legit, right? Because this is an actual casting. It is a Freightliner, so this one's licensed. So I'm digging that. Love the wheels, love the mismatch wheels. This one is cool. Now this is one that I kind of wrote off as like just a unlicensed generic model, but now that I think about it, I'm digging that one. The Freightliner is very, very cool. Digging the race truck. Dune Daddy. It's a dune buggy. I don't know if that's a casting that, because I don't follow these castings too well, I have no idea if this is an existing casting or not. But it's well done, and it's detailed, and it's unlicensed, and we're moving on to the Rig Heat. We're going to lose that box. It's going to blow away in the wind. Rig Heat. Another one I think started as a basic model. Maybe we've seen this one as an ID before. I'm not entirely sure. But give me the Freightliner. I'll pass on the Rig Heat. But I have it. And it goes into the collection. All right, we have the Porsche. Let's look at that one. Porsche Taycan Turbo S. Now this is an interesting one because this one, cool stripes on it, by the way. Safety car. This one was actually made for ID. It debuted as an ID chase, right? And maybe in the timing, this one was supposed to be out before the ID chase, because the first time we saw the Taycan casting, we saw it in the basic range as a new model, but it's technically not a new model. This is, I think, technically its debut, but obviously timing-wise, it's a little bit different. I dig it, like the wheels on it. I like that maroon colored one in the chase, but and I like the plain better, but this as a safety car is actually kind of cool. And I'm sure we'll see that casting in other places as well. Last two. We got fans of the Back to Future Time Machine. I think this might be the second time we've seen it. Right? I think it is the second time we've seen it in Hot Wheels ID, but this time it has those new wheels on it. I hope we see these in other lines. Zamac, of course. Detailed, of course. You Back to the Future fans are going to be happy with that one. I'm showing it off. Looks like this one's almost a little beat up. Looks like they tried to beat it up a little bit, like it's been through a lot. Kind of wagon wheel style, maybe with those wheels too. Maybe that they're trying to pay an homage to that. Kind of interesting. And then finally, and this one was kind of cool, not, obviously an existing casting. We'll go ahead and remove that so it doesn't blow away. But this is the Mclaren F1 Gtr. I don't know which one I like the best. I think that Pininfarina I really like. The Taycan I really like, but to see the McLaren F1 GTR hit it in that McLaren deco, we've seen a similar version in basic with this. Now we see it with the new wheels. I think this one is really cool, and I really like this casting. And I'm happy to have this in the Hot Wheels ID collection. It is going to be so interesting to see what becomes of Hot Wheels ID with collectors. Obviously, we know Hot Wheels is done with it. Maybe we'll see these chips in some form later. But, yeah, it's done. And now we all fill our gaps. We see which ones become the most collectible. I'll do a whole feature on that, and you guys can give me your thoughts. You guys tell me what you think of this set. Like I said, Hobby should get it soon. If not, go out and find it. I don't know if stores are going to get it. I just don't. But I wanted to preempt that and not take any chances, so I bought myself a mix. You guys tell me what you think. Enjoy the scenery. Bye.